Now, take a look at some of the most expensive cars driven by some of the capital's wealthiest people. So there's anger tonight that their owners are getting away with parking illegally on London streets, racking up thousands of pounds worth of unpaid fines. And the reason? These cars are registered overseas, making it impossible to enforce parking restrictions here. Well, Aisha Baksh is in Westminster now with more. Aisha.
Well, Riz, I'm in the heart of Mayfair, and it's not surprisingly hard to find some pretty fancy cars. This is a GT Ford. On the other side of the parking bay, an Aston Martin. Both registered here in the UK and both legally parked. The problem is cars that are not registered here and that are supercars for the super rich. They've become an expensive problem for the local council. They're some of the fastest, most expensive cars in the world. For some, a source of fascination. But not everyone is so impressed. These are pictures given to BBC London News by Westminster Council's parking enforcement team. A Rolls-Royce Phantom, 18 parking tickets. A £1 million Bugatti parked outside Selfridges. This Lamborghini, 19 parking fines. And this BMW Q6, 35 fines. But in neighbouring Knightsbridge, they're taking more drastic action. The cars are not UK registered. Many are from the Gulf states, such as Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, countries outside UK and EU law. Well, cars not registered here in the UK can of course be found across the capital. But here in Westminster, over the last 3 years, foreign-owned cars have racked up a total of £4 million in unpaid parking fines.
The best thing that we can ask for is for the government to do something about this, because it's not just Westminster that has a problem, it's right away across the UK. We can't trace these vehicles and they are causing a problem. But locals we spoke to weren't that surprised.
It would appear they are above the law, so it's not a good idea, but in their circumstances I can't swear I wouldn't do the same.
You think that they're the people who probably could pay parking fines if they've got these incredibly expensive cars.
And why would they want to pay a fine? They shouldn't. I suppose they are blocking up roads, I guess, in some cases where they park illegally or whatever, that maybe they should be paying those, but in terms of congestion charges and that sort of thing, I mean, I guess they can get away with it, and I suppose that's the way it is.
So while the parking fines pile up, patience for London's super rich is wearing thin. Well, for the last couple of years, Westminster Council has had a policy of not clamping or towing any vehicle. But I've been told today, in light of this recent problem, they could consider changing it. Riz.
Aisha, thanks very much.